Welcome back everybody to the daily show where we discuss and do technical analysis on big mega cap stocks. So before we get started, please smash that like button, and 100 plus likes on this video would be greatly appreciated, guys. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. Now if you want to support the channel and get my daily trade ideas, my swing trade ideas, live trading, and all kinds of setups, definitely check out their link down below in the description for Patreon. And now let's get right into it, guys. On Apple stock, it's up 0.37%, so Apple again just consolidating, and just like I said before, this can actually turn into a bull flag, and so far we're going back and forth and holding into closing 226.60, rising 5-day moving average. And the longer time we're spending over this 5-day moving average, there is a clear possibility here on Apple stock that this thing can go up to 230 and possibly will close this gap at 232.33, and from there even a brand new all-time high possible. Now, market right now, it's a choppy market, especially with Nvidia's earnings coming out tomorrow night. What we are seeing here in the market is a lot of chop going back and forth and going pretty much absolutely nowhere. No big sell-off and no big rally to the upside. So I think we just have to wait till tomorrow night, and then we're going to see a directional move here in this market. So 226.60, that's going to be a line in the sand here on Apple. Underneath that level, you will see a move down to this 13-day moving average 224, and then critical support down here at 220. As long as Apple can trade over 226.60, watch out for a move, and the next resistance right here 230, and over that this gap comes into play 232.33. On AMD, it's up 0.34%, so slightly up on the day, and you can see AMD holding this critical support 148, went back up and pretty much flat on the day. So I think until tomorrow Nvidia's earnings, we're not going to see any big move here on AMD, and tomorrow this thing can move over 153.94. AMD can move back up to 162 to even 164, and over that you're going to see AMD filling this gap at 174.53. Now, moment we take out 148, AMD can drop down to 143, 20-day moving average, which is rising as of right now. So that's going to be a critical support. But if that gives up on a big sell-off on Nvidia, you're going to see a huge dump off here on AMD down to 138, and possibly will retest these lows down here, which is going to be around 125 to 122. On Meta, another flat day, down 0.39%, and again back down to this rising 20-day moving average, not quite touching, but it was there right here at 514. So that's going to be a line in the sand, and also now it's under 520. So Meta needs to get over 520, and that should take Meta back up to 526, 531, and then 538, and this is where this thing needs to break and needs to hold, and then you're going to see possibly another brand new all-time high. Now to the downside, 514, this white line, this critical support gives up, you're going to see a drop down to 504, 500, and from there even 490. So Tesla stock going down almost 2%, and critical support is completely out now right here at 212, and you can see it's trading actually under 210 and 212, white line 20-day moving average, and now looks like we might be pulling back down to even flat 200. There is a little bit of support here around 207, so that should be a level to watch. You can see right here low for the day 206.94. we got a bounce off of that level, so under 207, 200, and then maybe even 188 to 183. If we can recover and recapture this support here 212, in that case watch out for a move back up to 219, and over that this thing can pump back up to 231, 240, and then this gap comes into play 245.63. On Amazon, stock is down 1.36%, so we actually played Amazon today. Yes, we got paid, but not enough because the move was really small. From this gap fill area I actually got calls, and this thing actually pretty much stalled out here at 174 or close to 174, and now barely holding 173. So this is gonna be a critical level, especially going into Nvidia's earnings tomorrow night. 173, if that gives up, Amazon will drop down to 167, and then the next support 160. over 173. This gap is closed, so that is looking good to play this back up to the upside. We could see a move back up to 5-day moving average 176 from here. That is a $3 move here on Amazon if that happens, and over that 176 we might see Amazon going back up to 180 and then even 183 to 185. On Google, stock is down 1% almost for the day, but it's holding 166 critical support, white line 20-day moving average. Underneath that level, you'll see Google flashing. I mean, this could be a nice, you can see a channel here, and also you can call this a nice bear flag. Now, 166 gives up, you'll see a drop down to 162, 158, 155. The longer time you can spend over, I mean, this could be a higher low also, guys. So 166 right here, this could be potentially a dip buying zone on Google. As long as the support holds, we can see a move back up to 170, and possibly this gap will likely to get filled, and over that we might see a bigger move on Google stock up to 173 and then 176, and then we can talk about this gap which can come into play later on. On Microsoft, it's absolutely flat on the day, and we got really close to this gap. I was eyeing Microsoft, but we never actually came back here to close this gap. Went back up and now flat on the day, but still it was a decent move because 410 to almost 414, that is a $4 move if you actually caught it right here, and again it's holding 413. So I think maybe tomorrow we get to see Microsoft filling this gap at 408.76, and if you look at my screen, it's kind of flagging or wedging right here nicely, and it's getting really tight. So after filling this gap, we might see explosive move back up to the upside soon as we get over 420. For now, critical support 413, and the next one, the gap filled right here at 408.76. Under that level, you'll see a dump down to 400, 395, 390. Over 413, this thing can move back up to right here. These two moving averages sitting near 416, 417, and then critical resistance to break will be right up here at 420. Over that, we might see Microsoft going back up to the upside, hitting 430, 433.46, 50-day moving average, and then even this gap on top, 443. Netflix also going up 1%, but look at this rejection at 700. Even though we got over 700, rejection, and then came back, and now trading at 695. Now we do have support here at 691 now, and underneath that level we also have support at 680 and then 673 right here, 13-day moving average. Now if we can get that breakout over 700 on Netflix, in that case you're going to see a quick trip easily up to previous all-time highs and possibly brand new all-time highs, which could be $722 on Netflix. So watch out for this breakout to happen over 700. Right now, all we need to do, trade over 5-day moving average 691, and as long as we're above that level, definitely we will see that breakout over 700. On Nvidia stock, it's up 1.46%. So again, Nvidia got under 126. Immediately the dip was bought up, went back up, and now trading at 128. So Nvidia, you can see a lot of consolidation for 1 week now, and the big move is coming tomorrow night with earnings. So Nvidia for tomorrow, easy 126 critical support, underneath that 123, and then 117.85. With earnings beat tomorrow night, we might see a massive move. If that happens over 130, this thing should go back up to 136 and possibly even 140, and then from there maybe even a brand new all-time high. It all depends on earnings. And that's all I have for you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow night.